Welcome to episode 75 of Frenemy Sports, the fourth episode of season 2. Hunter just chugged hot sauce. That's going to be the very first TikTok edit, is him just downing hot sauce and now Propel. We are in a beautiful season of sports. It's starting to get warmer out. We have opening days today. March Madness starts, the Sweet 16 and Elite Eights this weekend. Gentlemen, it's a fantastic time to be alive. Anybody got any thoughts before we get into... Oh, sorry. Anyone have any thoughts?
We need to go right
any
into,
initial thoughts?
We need to go right into the breaking news of the week. For those of you who have ESPN notifications turned on your cellular device, what would that have been? Tuesday? Or was it?
Was it Tuesday?
I think it was Tuesday.
Was it? Yeah, it was Tuesday.
Tuesday, March 24th, 2026 is the most bizarre notification I have ever received. I'm not really sure how to even begin to start describing this situation. If someone wants to jump in, and I mean, I guess we'll just start from the beginning. So, and say what the notification is for those that are listening on a strictly audio platform. So there was a quadruple amputee, which means he has his hands and feet amputated, who is also a professional cornhole player, which if you have the chance, look it up because it's honestly very impressive and kind of makes me realize like I'm low-key a failure in every sporting realm, not just like the super athletic sports. He was driving a car, not sure how that's possible. He was also operating a gun while driving the car. And he has a YouTube channel where he displays his firearm skills, which is also interesting. But the fact that he was driving a car at the same time, you see where we're starting to go here? It's a little confusing. He shot someone in his car and was being charged with the charges you receive when you shoot someone in the car.
Murder.
So, good, Jack. So the question we have to ask ourselves in this 3 seconds of reading it is, how is this all possible? And the answer I've come to conclude is I have absolutely zero idea.
Can I read the word for word the notification said?
Yes, I think you should.
This is what came across timelines on if you had the ESPN app. Quadruple amputee pro cornhole player charged after allegedly fatally shooting passenger in car while driving during argument. Carter,
I mean, that sounds like it wasn't even meditated. So he got angry in the car and obtained the gun. Also, this is gonna be a.
Did the person that he shot, is he still alive or she? Do we know?
I don't know. And
what changes my stance drastically.
And here's the thing.
Well, yes, the notification says fatally shot, so yes, they're dead.
The notification does say fatally shot? Well, let's address that first. Let's address that person before we get back to the... I don't
want to comment because I'm going to have nothing appropriate.
Prayers out to that person's family and friends. That obviously is absolutely tragic and unacceptable. And I don't even know the dude's name who shot him, should be in prison for the rest of their lives. However, back to him. I don't know. I don't even actually have.
Well, if he can throw a cornhole bag,
that's really it. It's just,
if he can throw it, then he could probably, if you can hold a cornhole bag, he can probably hold a smaller type of pistol or gun.
Well,
while driving a car?
Well, the question I have is, if you think of it, like let's say here's your cornhole bag, right? And because
he kind of cornhole bag,
it kind of has the wrist.
Okay.
He can flick it up like that, right? And so you can get the flick down.
Have you seen the video of him doing it?
No.
So he's like sitting on the floor, and he clasps it together like this, and like it's like a kettlebell swing, and he just flicks it like that. He's really good.
So my question is then, with the gun, is I can see how he holds it. How the hell does he pull a trigger on that? You know what I mean?
There has to be some modification.
Like, do you think it's one of those like well, I was about to say thumbprint, but he wouldn't even have those. So I'm not sure what he would use to get that thing to fire. Do you think like if you shake it like violently enough, it like discharges?
Is he still on the not run? Is he still on the loose?
Could you imagine if he went on a if they had a manhunt for him and they couldn't find him?
Is he still is he captured?
Pull that up. Look that up. That would be the greatest story of all time.
He was charged. So I'm going to assume he was taken in. If he's charged,
can't you be charged not in person?
No.
Or does that have to be in person?
No, I think
you have to be.
You can have a warrant. You can have like a warrant out for their arrest, and then you get charged in person because they have to read you the Miranda rights and everything. I think to sum this up, the interesting thing about this is the least traumatic professional sport I know. I don't really think there's any age limit to play cornhole. Like I've seen some old, fragile people play cornhole. Apparently, they need some, psychiatrist for their league. I mean, this is insane behavior coming out of the professional cornhole league.
Is he in the professional league?
Yes, he is.
Like
there's clips of him on ESPN like playing against.
Okay.
Like it's not like a disabled league. Like he is, or like physically impaired. Like he is in prime time, top of the top, and he's good. Like I straight up watched him. He's
gonna dominate. He's gonna dominate the prison leagues too.
Well,
I keep trying to put myself in the position of the parent, the person that he shot.
Stop. Nope, you're cut off. Mute him. Mute him right now.
I'm just.
Hey, Carter, that's a great. That's a great stop right there.
You'd be heartbroken. You'd be in pain, and you'd be in shambles. And prayers out to them, because it is tragic, and we don't want to make like light of that situation. It's just
absolutely
just a bizarre situation.
I still don't understand how it happens.
Yeah. Moving on.
Shall we March Madness time?
Should we? I feel like we could spend an hour on this.
I think for the sake of our legality, we should move on. March Madness.
Legality is the wrong term.
Gentlemen, Sweet 16, we have a bracket challenge that we open to the public. We are all, last time I checked, doing somewhat well and alive in the running.
We're still alive. We're all still alive.
And we all have solid chances. Me and Jack are very similar in our picks. So, depending on who got, I think he might have me because I fell for the Gonzaga trap, which we can get into.
Told you.
He had Vandy as Elite Eight though,
and so Miami. That was a miss.
So I don't know. We'll see. But either way, UConn takes the dub. We look really good there. Not a lot of people picked UConn this year. Hunter's got us with the Duke pick, which hopefully for him, Foster brings back some resurgence. Because I don't want to speak for Hunter, but
can we speak for Duke? They look horrible. Yes. I mean, that does not look like a champion ball club.
Well, it's what they need.
And then
I don't want to toot my own horn here, but I think my champion has looked the best out of the two, or out of the three of champions that we have.
Who'd you pick?
Houston. I mean, it's been dominant.
Yeah.
Houston just never. They always look dominant, and then they always find a way to lose in the most heartbreaking way imaginable.
Houston never upsets you early.
No.
That is why I do feel comfortable always picking them.
Here's the thing for Houston too. Houston's, in my opinion, at the beginning, and the reason I didn't have them winning back-to-back games against teams built like that, but Houston's death is size. If they can pick up your guards full court and just squeeze the life out of you defensively, they win by a significant margin every time. Florida is I think, unless it's the team up north, the biggest team in the country, if I'm not mistaken. At least their starting front court is ginormous. Like, that is a horrible matchup for Houston. And now they play Nebraska or Iowa. Guards
Battle of
they're
the
going to be
Corn.
able to pick the Midwest Super Bowl, as some are calling it. They're going to be able to pick them up the full length of the floor. I love Houston to get out of their region now. And obviously they're playing, a solid team, but they should have a
Yeah.
comfortable win in their
Well,
Sweet 16
and
matchup.
I would like to state, I've been seeing this for the past couple of years. I think we've all been like on a similar train or similar wavelength. How good is the Big Ten?
In football, tremendous. I've been saying this for years that the
The
SEC is
basketball?
terrible.
The Big Ten's up right now. The Big Ten, I mean, football's a completely different thing that we can get into.
I just wanted an SEC jab in there. That's the only reason I said that.
Basketball.
Even basketball too. Purdue, Michigan, Iowa, Nebraska. What was that,
Illinois.
4? Illinois, 5 or 6 team.
Yeah, and they look good too. Like they're playing.
Michigan State.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Like they're dominating.
Phenomenal conference.
nearly
yeah.
50% of the Sweet 16 is in there.
Yeah.
I would also like to
only
say.
thing. Yeah, go ahead, Jake.
Oh, sorry. Just because it's something new that I didn't see on the ESPN app now, you could look at it tells you what you need for your bracket in order to win your group. I don't know if you guys saw that, but it gives you a percentage of who has the best chance.
Yeah.
And right now, Hunter is the number 1 out of us 4. I'm 2, and then it's Carter and Jack, even though you guys have more points right now. But actually, it's very cool. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
Yeah, I discovered that the other day, and I think they also compare it to, since me and Jack, obviously, like you just said, have more points. Duke's the most favorite out of any of our 3 champions. They boost Hunter's odds for that. So I guess a quick question for everyone, and we can kind of go around the horn real quick if we want to, but who is your guys' Final 4 now that we know the Sweet 16? A little revive bracket per se. And Hunter, you can start since you spoke.
I don't know if I have. I mean, I'm going to keep Duke in there. I'm going to keep Houston in there. I'm going to keep Iowa State in there. I will say this. Actually, I don't know if I'm going to keep Iowa State in there. Just because Joshua Jefferson going down, I mean, that makes them a completely different team. I'm not going to lie. I'm hoping I can keep them in there, but they're not going to make Final 4. I hate to say it, the team up north will probably get out of that region, unfortunately. I hope Tennessee. I'll say the Vols just because I'm not going to put Michigan in my Final 4. But I do think the winner of Arkansas and Arizona is the champion. I'm not going to lie. The winner of that game, I think, wins it all. And I feel fairly confident saying that.
Why?
They look like the most explosive, most complete teams to me. I don't think there's a person in the world I would rather have than Darius Acuff right now. And when it comes to Arizona, they look so complete. I mean, I don't see a world where they, even if they have an off night, like for example, the last game, their studs weren't even playing that good, and they still dominated. Like they still beat Utah State by double-digit points. This Arkansas Arizona game is going to be an absolute war. I cannot wait to watch that, and I do think the winner of that wins it all.
I would agree if you said Arizona. I think they can still be the favorite right now. Arkansas, to me, I agree with what you said about Darius.
Arkansas is one of the most athletic teams I've seen in a long time. Their guard play with Malik and Acuff is unbelievable. Acuff is a complete stud. The problem that they could run into is potentially depth. But I mean, if they're 5 or 6 or on, they're not. I don't think they're losing. I think they're a top 3 to 5 team in the country in that case, if they're playing.
And I would agree talent-wise, but I go back to the Calipari issue. We've seen this story. Freaking stud NBA guard, and now granted, let me make this clear. I'm going to take my stance on Darius, and you guys can talk about him and what you guys' thoughts are. But I agree with Hunter. He's a freaking stud. In my opinion, he's 1 or 2, maybe 3 if you like Peterson. But I don't know. I just like the lead guard, especially today in the NBA. he's just an offensive juggernaut. But outside of him, and if you're able to hold him to a soft 25, you can beat them. I wouldn't be surprised if Arizona wins this game by 12 to 15 points. Because I wasn't super high on Wisconsin or High Point anyway.
Do they play tonight? Is that game tonight? Or is it tomorrow?
Yes, they do, I think. I had them written down.
It's tonight. Arizona, Arkansas is tonight. 9:45. Great tip-off times.
Purdue, Iowa, Nebraska, Arkansas, Arizona, and Illinois, Houston. The tip-off times, we can have a whole dialogue after.
Can I go on a little tirade really quick about the times of all sports today, especially for Cleveland fans? So, first of all, the tip-off times when we have the entire day, why not start a game at like 5? Like 5:30, 5:45, and then you could split it up about every hour and a half you have a game. This tip is 9 o'clock. It's beautiful. And then on top of that, it's called opening day. And then, I don't know, you guys may have to, you can like try to stay up late. Me and Jack we have to go to teach at 5:30 in the morning. And the game's not going to end till 1. It's opening day.
Yeah.
It drives me nuts. It's not opening night. It's opening day. You should be watching baseball in the nice sunny weather at 4 o'clock in the afternoon, not at 10:10 freaking Seattle. But I digress.
I think every 30 minutes on opening day, a new game should have its first pitch. You start at noon. So first game's at noon, then 12:30, then 1, and so on and so forth. And then your last game's at like, roughly 7 o'clock? I think that's the perfect way to do it. Because I agree, Jake. Look, baseball, again, I think baseball's the best sport. It's my favorite sport. It's so poorly managed. Rob Manfred is an absolute disgrace. He might be one of the worst commissioners in the history of any sport. He's horrific. And so it's obviously unfair to your East Coast teams that you start out on the West Coast. And we're used to this, unfortunately. They do this every single year to the Guardians. I can't remember. We had to have been the Indians the last time we had an opening day weekend in Cleveland. It's a terrible thing they do. I think it's horrible for baseball. And it's obviously, it's got to get changed because it's a great sport that's marketed so poorly, and they do such a terrible job for the fans.
Yeah, I agree.
And I understand because it's weather, so they usually try to post on the West Coast initially. But if you are going to do that, the biggest, just at least start the games not at 10 o'clock. And it should not be Seattle's choice. It should be a combination. Both teams come to conclusion late. Start the game at this time. Game 2, you can start at 11 o'clock. I don't care. But opening day should be during the day. But sorry, Carter, go on to your college basketball.
No, that's a good point, and we'll touch on baseball after this. But Jack or Jake, you guys want to go with do you have a new Final Four for now that you see the Sweet 16? I know that I'm pretty sure all of our Final Four teams are left alive in all 4 of our brackets. Would that be true for everyone?
Mine's still intact, so I'm going to run with it. I have UConn beating Houston, and I've got Arizona over Iowa State. They're still there. I'm going to still run with it.
Yeah.
Jake?
I'm going to say the same thing. I like my Final Four. I love Houston. There's dominating teams. Their shooting and defense and rebounding is just through this world. St. John's is interesting to me because they go through these 10-minute droughts where the ball just does not go in. But then they have a 5-minute drought where they put in 20 points. So they drive me nuts. I think they beat Duke because I think Duke's softer team, and they're going to be able to, I think, limit Duke shooting-wise. So I do like St. John's winning, so I guess I'll keep them. Tennessee is so interesting to me because probably their most talented player has played horribly in Ament. And it's just been Gillespie carrying this team, which I was trying to think, who does Gillespie remind me of? Do you guys remember Carson Edwards at Purdue and his runs in the tournament? And he had all, so like Gillespie reminds me so much of him. He just gets so hot and he just makes shots so consistently. So I like my Tennessee pick. We'll see if they make the Final Four. But other than that, then it's Arizona, and Arizona's been dominant. And I don't think Arkansas has the horses to keep up with them. So I'm going to keep my Final Four.
I have the same Final Four as Jack. Like we said, the one thing that makes me nervous obviously I said I loved Houston. I think UConn's harder matchup is this one against Michigan State.
That's going to be a battle. That is going to be a great game.
Is that a Thursday game or a Friday game?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Yeah.
At
I am
9:45.
really high. I'm really high on Jeremy Fears. I think he carries the most weight of any player in the country offensively for his team. I think Michigan State's offense is horrible when he's not on the floor. So that game makes me nervous. I won't lie. I think UConn's much more complete and they're a better Michigan State team, to be honest.
Yeah.
But we'll see. The one that makes me the most nervous, and I think, Hunter, you mentioned this, is Iowa State. They are not the same team. It's so sad, too, that's how it happened when they were going to beat that team by 400 points if they wanted to.
Yeah, I mean, their best player went down. They're a completely different ball club, and they're still good. Like Milan Djokovic, or however you say his last name, like, he is unbelievable. He's shooting like 48% from three on like an insane amount of attempts. It sucks to see Joshua Jefferson go down the way he did, especially with an ankle roll. I know there was a rumor saying he could potentially be back, but like even if he is, it's not going to be 100%. So that one does frustrate me because I do think they're an unbelievably good ball club, but it's just different when your best player is not on the floor.
It's sad to say this, the only scenario I see them getting to the Final Four is if they can somehow get past Tennessee, which I think is doable. If Alabama can somehow outshoot a Wolverine team that has started slow in a couple games recently and get out far enough ahead that they can just hang on for dear life and they get Alabama in an Elite Eight game, then I could see Iowa State sneaking in. If Iowa State goes up against the Wolverines, as much as I hate to say it, the Wolverines are a perfect nightmare matchup for Iowa State without Jefferson.
Maybe a hot take
Jacob,
from me. I think
real
Iowa
quickly,
State beats Michigan.
I hope so. I mean, God, I hope so, but I don't know. And Jacob, I would like to say you were spot on with the Alabama pick in the Sweet 16. That Tech game was unreal. I was not expecting that at all, and they caught fire.
It's just
so let's give Jake a shout out for picking Iowa over Florida.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, fellas. I wanted to bring it up, but we didn't really have time. I always pick a number 1 seed to lose before the second weekend, and that would just happen to be the champion. Usually always struggles. But hey, do we want to do best take worst take or best pick worst pick? I think it'd be fun. My best pick, it's Iowa over Florida. I picked 1 seed to go down, and happened. I thought it was completely dead because they were up 12, and then they're suddenly down, I think 3-5. What's his name? Haw or whatever on Florida, the big guy. He just went off, and then the last play of the game, they just played maybe the worst full court defense I've ever seen. Which also brings up a point. Ohio State's offense with 4 seconds to go is maybe the worst ever play call offensively, but we won't get into that. Iowa pick was fantastic. I would say Hawaii, but I knew they weren't going to win. I just had to play Rainbow Warriors. I'm going to say my worst pick. I picked UCF over UCLA. And although that game was only lost by 4, UCF may be one of the worst teams I've ever watched in a March Madness. They lack talent all over the board. But I'll just leave it there.
That UCF team was tough to watch, and UCLA played bad. Like UCLA played to a point where that UCF team could have upset them if they were even remotely good.
Yes, and the worst part, UCF, I think shot 30% on free throws. They missed, I think, 20 at least.
Yeah.
And for those who bet the over,
they were 1
was
of 10
not a
in the
fun
second
time.
half on free throws.
What'd you say, Jay?
I thought you guys said USF first, and so
no.
You said UCF. Hunter, Jack, you guys want to go best take worst take?
Jack, you go.
Yeah, I had Texas beating BYU, and I also had Texas beating Gonzaga.
That was a
I,
great
I
call.
I felt great about that. I nailed my take on West Coast basketball. St. Mary's and Gonzaga. I don't think they're ever good basketball teams. You know, Gonzaga will make a run if they have NBA players on the roster. That's the only time they do it. And I look at their roster. I don't see any NBA players on it, so I felt great about Gonzaga out early. And then same thing with St. Mary's. My biggest miss. I don't know. I had Miami in my Elite Eight. Uh, I love Miami. I love their new coach. I love the story. That was a team I was willing to buy into. And I'll say this: Hunter might be my least favorite person in the month of March for numerous reasons. Anytime you pick an upset, the second they take the lead, Hunter will text you, "Great call on that, by the way. Great call. Way to get it right." And so when Miami was up 6 in the first half, Hunter texted me, "Great call in Miami over Purdue, Jackson. You nailed that one." In the first half.
As someone who had
Jacob,
Purdue,
Jacob, what
I
were your thoughts on
loved
Jacob, what were your thoughts?
I loved it, Hunter. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. All these games they picked the upsets, and me and Hunter were on the opposite side. And Hunter, what you did, you took a bullet for us. So I really do
Yes.
appreciate it.
Oh yeah, I really did enjoy that. That was fun. I'm trying to think. This is tough. It's tough because I don't have any major players out, but like I could easily see me talking tomorrow saying Duke was by far my worst take. Just because they haven't looked good at all. I would say the best take that I thought was kind of underrated. I didn't even think they were going to win, but I did pick High Point to beat Wisconsin, mainly because I wanted to see Arkansas versus High Point. I decided to give Arkansas a better road, but I did pick that one. So I feel pretty good about that. My worst take. Oh yeah, I was really confident in the USF pick early on. I had them as far as my Elite Eight in my initial bracket, and I backed it off and had them losing in the round of 32. Thank God. But that USF game against Louisville was hard to watch to start. USF looked like a minor league rec team until about the last 8 to 9 minutes of the game, and then they looked like an NBA team. If that game was maybe 2.5 minutes longer, USF wins that game, no doubt in my mind. They just essentially ran out of time. They shot like 8% from three off like 40 attempts. It was a complete atrocity. But I was really confident in that upset. And I think all of America was, and that was just one that just didn't hit.
Can I say something real quick? I'm currently watching the Texas Purdue game as we do this, and one of my I don't know if I'd say it's one of my least favorite commercials, but one of the dumbest commercials I've ever seen just keeps coming up. The Boozer Brothers and the State Farm ad.
I love
You
this.
you call dad. No, you call dad. No, you call dad. I can't tell you how much I hate it.
I would like the floor for a second.
God.
I absolutely despise the Boozer Twins. That commercial infuriates me, and especially Caden. Caden does nothing. He does absolutely nothing.
No, you call dad.
I think
You call dad.
I don't understand how he's at Duke. I really, really don't. Actually, no, I do. It's because his brother's name is Cameron Boozer.
Hey, he played good last game. He had like 13-5 last game.
Against who? Against who?
TCU. The Horned Frogs. They're tough.
Do you guys think Cam Boozer's good?
He gets ads. Ads like he is doing that against elite premier teams.
Gatorade. No, you call dad. No, you call dad.
That's windshield
wiper. I can't stand. Exactly.
You call dad.
I'm not gonna lie. I do hate both of them. I don't think either of them are that good, to be honest.
Like normally, I like Duke. Like if it's a Duke UNC, like everyone kind of picks a side of that just because it is what it is. I pick the Duke side. I can't stand Duke this year.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of picking UNC, who's going to be their new head coach? They fired Hubert Davis. And now, I mean, that's, again, North Carolina is always going to be the job of basketball jobs. I mean, I saw like a coaching this wasn't rumored, this wasn't reported or anything.
Yeah.
I saw coaching carousel rumors, and it's, Dusty May, Tommy Lloyd.
Yeah, I saw that too.
I mean, I'm curious who takes that job. I love their pick of the litter.
God, I would love if Dusty May went there.
That
Oh
would
my
make
gosh,
me
I
so
would
happy.
rejoice.
So happy. You think they
I
take
don't think
Diebler?
he's going to.
Oh, they could get Diebler.
I mean,
No.
Diebler, he's improved every year.
I
Yeah, there's
think
a lot of improvement.
Yeah,
I will say this. Yeah, Jake, go ahead.
I think they go Billy Donovan. I think Billy Donovan goes back to college. We might guess.
Yeah,
So I think Billy Donovan takes the
seen
UNC
that
job.
smoke a little bit too.
And if he takes that job, then that program is going to be a top program again because I think he's a heck of a coach. Not the greatest NBA coach, but I think he'll be a phenomenal coach.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think that'll rejuvenize him too, because I don't know if I should be the one to diagnose this, but when I look at him now, I think he's depressed.
That's what coaching the Chicago playing Bulls does to you.
Yeah.
And just living in Chicago. I mean, who wants to? Not the safest place.
Great city. Chicago's rated like top 3 for young adults to go live in.
Oh, here we go with this garbage. It's all propaganda. It's all, of course they're going to rate Chicago high. If you want to die, maybe. I'm pretty sure it's top 3 in the country in murder. So, be careful.
No, you call dad.
Oh, you call dad.
I will say, I would be remiss not to bring up the Nebraska ball team right now. I was not a fan of Nebraska. Carter, great call on them. I was not a fan. I thought there was a potential chance they got upset early. That Nebraska-Vanderbilt game was legitimately one of the best games I've ever watched. That game was outstanding. And Tyler Tanner from Vandy is one hell of a ball player. Peyton Sandford from Nebraska, absolute stud. That Nebraska team is really fun to watch. I'm not going to lie. That half-court shot at the end there, I think that was maybe the closest thing I've ever seen to go in. That was closer than the Gordon Hayward half-court shot by far. Like, that game was awesome.
Well, Hunter, thanks for the segue. That was my best pick. My worst pick, per usual, every year I fall into the trap. Gonzaga. I loved Graham Ike from the start. I said he could be in contention for the Wooden Award. He was an absolute monster this year. I thought, maybe they don't got these premier NBA guys that, have highlighted some of their teams in the past, but maybe this year they're more connected as a team. And they have a solid matchup out of the region. I really like them against Purdue. I did not think that Texas was better than them. I still don't think Texas is better than them. But at the end of the day, Gonzaga, when they get punched in the face, I have yet to see them throw a punch back. And so once again, they are my worst pick in my bracket.
Can I make an observation about Gonzaga too?
Enlighten us.
Please. So I've always found this to be a rather fascinating ideology, and I think it's true. And when you study history, I think it becomes even more true. Something I don't trust is short men in power. I just don't buy into it. I don't think it works. And so when I look at Mark Few coaching Gonzaga, and I see the team, I see the way the team plays, and it's soft, and it's like it's kind of beta. Kind of like, oh, we deserve this. We're entitled to it. Now we're going to go take it. I've never seen a Mark Few team that I'm like, those two are going to go take it. And if I might add, the only time I've ever seen Mark Few in the national championship, who did he beat to get there? Another short guy in power, Mick Cronin. And so it's just an observation I've noticed. I don't trust it. I don't trust short coaches. And I'd be curious if we could look back at past championship head coaches. I'd be curious if we could look at if we could make like a bar graph of like their heights, like tallest to shortest over time, and just I wonder if I can make like an edit of that and I can see where everybody's at. I'd actually be very curious.
Jackson, what would you consider to be a tall male or a short male?
5'10" or higher.
Okay. Do you know how tall Coach K is?
Well, Coach K is different because he was military. Military is like the outlier. If you're military, it's okay.
He's an exception.
Yeah, because we've had some short U.S. presidents that were tremendous generals, and they did a good job. But if you're like a short guy and you're not military and you're trying to make a run, you scare me.
Interesting.
Thoughts?
John Wooden height. Go.
No, you called that.
John had to be.
John
had to be tall.
Gatorade.
I mean, I keep this on me at all times.
John Wooden was
5'10".
5'10".
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And he was old, so he was probably taller.
He shrunk.
That happens.
It does. Interesting theory. I'd love to look into that.
Do you like it?
Hey, Jackson.
I don't hate it.
Do you?
No, you called that. No, you called that right.
Do you know how tall? Do you know how tall Mark Few is?
4'8".
To save you from embarrassment, I'm just gonna let you go look it up.
4'6".
And we're gonna move on.
4'5". Why wouldn't
tall?
you tell me? Why the hell would you make me guess and then not tell me?
Okay, I won't save you. He is 6'2" to 6'3".
No, he's not. That's wrong. That's
6'3",
absolutely incorrect.
Jack.
You're an idiot.
No! Oh no!
No, he's not.
6'3".
No, he's not.
He's tall.
That can't be right.
Oh no! Oh
No, he's not.
no! Jackson, no!
Okay, it
Can't be
says,
right.
You were so confident.
Okay. Hold on. No, hold on. There's a Reddit post. Hold on. There's a Reddit post on this. It says he's listed at 6'2". Is there a grand conspiracy about his height? It's been decades now since I saw him in person at Gonzaga. I remember him being closer to 5'5" than 5'10". Internet and AI searches say he's 6'2", which is blatantly false.
I'm reading that too.
So
That is
someone
good
said he's
old Reddit
5'2" and has Napoleon syndrome.
No, look, I'm looking at pictures of him right now next to player. He's not a tall guy.
Jackson, these
Mark Few's
players
height
are
is 6'3".
ginormous.
I know,
Of
and he's
course
not
he's
even
not
half
tall next
he's
to
not
the
even half their
players.
size.
So is this, Jackson, this might be a conspiracy theory now.
I think
How
that there's
tall is
no,
Mark
there's
Few?
no way Mark
God.
Few's 6'2".
Because look at him.
No
Look at him
way.
next to Steve Kerr in this.
Is he taller or shorter than Steve Kerr?
No, he's shorter.
Do you know how tall Steve Kerr is?
I mean, Steve Kerr's a guard. He's a 6'1" guard, maybe.
He was 6'1" when he was listed as a player, so he's shorter now.
Steve Kerr is listed at 6'4".
But it's interesting because
I'm seeing
AI does
reports
have
he's
Mark
actually
Few at
6'3".
6'2".
Interesting.
Oh God!
But someone said on Reddit that he's really 5'5", and then
No.
others people saying he's 5'8", 5'9".
Now,
I don't think this is a conspiracy. I think this is a truth.
my point.
And you know what they say. You know the way the old adage goes.
If Jack O'Neil says it, it's right.
No, I've been wrong plenty of times, and I've admitted that I've been wrong plenty of times, unlike you. The only difference between the conspiracy theorist and the truth is 6 months.
This says like 5'8"-ish. Then someone says he's definitely shorter than 5'8". Since I noticed I was taller when I walked past him in the kennel, my guess is 5'6". That makes sense. I would be surprised if he was short as 5'6", but somewhere in that range for sure.
Hey, he's not 6'2". He's just not 6'2".
Well, now I need to see him. Now I'm baffled.
I'm
that's
looking up.
massive difference.
I'm trying to look up images of him right now standing next to his players. I want to get a height of one of them.
He's two-stepping around the room.
Yeah, like this picture of him next to Steve Kerr, he's a good 4 to 5 inches shorter than him.
Is it a straight-on picture though?
So hey, that's a great TikTok right here. How tall is Mark Few?
Yeah, straight on. It's
Okay.
him coaching USA basketball.
There's a picture of him next to LeBron, and the picture
Here's a
is
good
like
picture right
it's
here.
evenly level, and he's up to LeBron's shoulder.
Well, if it focuses
Oh, look
in.
how tiny.
Jackson, you can't even see it yet.
I mean, he's like petite.
Move it to your left a little bit. Lone Star State.
Let me see if I can see
He's from Texas. I'm from Texas. I can tell by the way she's two-stepping around the room. Move it up a little bit. Interesting. Well, now I might fly to Spokane, Washington, and figure this out. It doesn't take.
Do you guys think Spokane is real? Growing up, I never thought it was a real place.
I didn't realize.
Okay, hold on. This is
Washington.
This is interesting because he's as tall as Eric Spoelstra in that photo, and Eric Spoelstra is listed at 6'2".
No.
No.
There it is.
Well, Spo's not. We all know Spo's not 6'2". Spo's not taller than Mario Chalmers.
Oh, here we go.
Mario Chalmers. Mario Chalmers. You don't even. Oh my gosh! You're just making it up now. That's the problem because it actually could be.
I will say a
could
lot
be
of
like
people.
5'8", but then you just say shit and then no
This
idea what you're talking about.
This is a conspiracy on Reddit that Mark Few is not as tall as he's listed.
That is true.
There is some basis
that is
to
true.
this.
I will say it is typical that Carter it's typical that Carter immediately takes the mainstream narrative that everybody gravitates toward.
Check when you say you're more.
I'm not even mad. I'm trying to figure out the Mark Few thing. You just talked to
Hunter. What were you going to say?
Would you say you think it through a little bit more?
I'm certainly an independent thinker. Like, I'm not a fan of people telling me what to think and me going, "Oh, master, yes, I listen. I understand now." You know,
would you say you're a goat among sheep?
I'm certainly not a sheep. I don't know if I'd say I'm a goat, but I'm no sheep.
Now, can we do a quick thought exercise? If let's say Jack, like his thing, let's say he was listed at
we need
5'6",
to move on.
and then we see the Reddit post and it says he's actually tall in real life, Jackson would be going after Reddit right now, saying it's all conspiracy theories are not true.
No, I wouldn't say that, but you do bring up a good point. I make the contention that he's shorter because I'm almost certain that he is. Based on the games I watch when I see him stand next to players, I think he's a short man. And so when I see something else that backs that up, yes, I'm going to agree with that claim. I don't think that's an insane thing to say that I'm going to agree with the claim that also supports my argument.
And when you
when
say
the
that,
evidence comes from Reddit, I mean,
Mark Few.
Okay,
that's
for
one
what it's
thing.
worth,
But
hold on. No, because Jake just.
I haven't even said a point. You haven't even let a point go against your argument.
I didn't attack Reddit. I'm just saying, if we're going.
Through Reddit.
I would argue Reddit is some of the most intelligent minds on this earth. I'm not going to.
I'll say this too. Nancy Guthrie is unfortunately, she's still out there. The FBI has not found her. I wouldn't be shocked if Reddit finds her.
Jack, what do you think happened to Nancy Guthrie?
Nope. All right. Nope. We're out. We're out. Can I talk about the ultimate screw game in the tournament? Like a team that actually got screwed by the officials and should have won the game.
Yes.
The Santa Clara
UCLA against UConn?
The Santa Clara Kentucky game was the ultimate screw job by the officials, and that I picked Santa Clara. So obviously I was very upset seeing them lose, but my goodness. First of all, the foul that gave Kentucky the free throws in the first place to get them even close to that point was absolute bogus. And then second, on May 3, as an official, you are told to anticipate certain situations. That is an obvious timeout situation. And you know Santa Clara has one left. And the referee is running far away from where the ball even's at, which he's also not supposed to do, just to get a head start because he doesn't want to run.
Not just running.
It was horrible.
They
don't see the timeout, and they make a stupid three. It's so bad. Because I feel like I was so right in Kentucky. They were a soft team. When they faced Iowa State, they got absolutely dominated because they couldn't do anything by the defense. It drove me nuts. So I feel bad for Santa Clara. They deserve to win.
Jake, I would argue that you were almost right on that pick. Like, it was to the point where I think you were right on that pick.
And did you see Pope's reaction after the 3 went in from Santa Clara? Like, his reaction was immediately like, oh, man, it's over. We lost. Like, he didn't even think there was a shot they were tying that game.
Yeah. Oh, no, that was horrible. Good finish, though.
Yeah. No, you called that.
No, you called that.
Should we end on a little Guardians opening day? The last 5 minutes?
Yeah, we can. 80 and 82. That's our record.
I already texted this in the group chat. I don't know the amount of wins I said. I think we win at least 95 games and win the division. This is the best lineup we've had in about 8 years. Best lineup we've had. Chase DeLauder, also Rookie of the Year.
It'd be so fun.
Are you going to sprinkle on that, Jacob? Is that being sprinkled on?
That may be sprinkled. For sure getting sprinkled.
I'll tell you what was hammered. If you go on to whatever betting application you like to go on right now, the Dodgers are plus 220 to 230 to win the World Series. So what did I do this morning? I placed the largest wager I've ever placed in my entire life on the future. In October, I will see it cashed out for a sizable profit. And I suggest that whoever is listening does the same thing, because that's how it feels this year, that the Dodgers are just the inevitable. It feels like the 2018 Warriors. That's what it feels like we're watching. It's just we know what's going to happen.
Let me throw something out. Let me throw something out. I don't know what the bet would be for the field. It's obviously not good odds. I am beyond confident the Dodgers do not win the World Series this year. I don't even think they make the World Series. I think they're out in the. I think they're out in the DS.
Really?
I hope you're right.
Because most years, and I'll say, I think the Dodgers have gotten uncategorically lucky the last 2 seasons in the postseason.
Yeah.
Dave Roberts is a horrible postseason manager. He's unbelievably lucky with the amount of talent the front office is able to surround around him. I think they run out of magic. I don't care who they put on the team. It's baseball. Baseball, the funkiest thing's going to happen. I've got a great feeling they're out in the division series this year. I hope we come back to that.
Wasn't there a moment last year where, like who tied it up for him in like the bottom of the ninth to keep him alive? Do you remember what I'm talking about?
Wasn't it
in Game 7 of the World Series?
That was Game 7?
Game 7 of the World Series.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it was Andy Pajes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That's baseball. It's the funkiest sport. It's impossible to predict.
What's more random, March Madness or baseball in the playoffs? In terms of just like funky things that happen.
I think it's baseball.
I think in the past March Madness, I would say leaning forward baseball. I would probably agree with that. I think March Madness, though, overall.
I think what helps with baseball, it's a series.
Maybe at the top, but March Madness, yeah.
I don't know. I think it's a good question, though.
Inevitably in a series when you have 9 guys who are hitting 300 plus. I mean, they just won the World Series and they just paid someone $400 million. Like, what other sport? There's nothing that looks like that in March Madness. You know, next year the defending champ this year isn't gonna go out more than likely and get the best player in college basketball next year.
But I don't think that's
what their team.
I don't think that's Jake's contention though with what's most random. I think it's more so the tournament, like who you're expecting to win. Like 2018, the Golden State Warriors, like there wasn't even a point to play the season. There wasn't a world where they didn't win the championship. Baseball's just so weird where even the best teams that are strikingly better than their opponents, they can still find ways to lose. And then those random teams, like go back and look at the last 20 World Series.
And I agree.
And almost every year there's like a team you're like, how the hell did they make the World Series? Like even take for us example, the 2016 Indians. I mean, going into the season, I don't think there was a single Indians fan that thought this team was competing for a World Series. Yeah. Even when we got to the playoffs, I didn't think we were competing for a World Series, and we were one pitch away from winning the whole thing.
I mean, you can go 22 Rangers or 23 Rangers. They barely made the playoffs and then won the whole thing. They just got hot at the right time.
No one had them.
Yeah. My only contention to that would be we've never seen anything in baseball like this Dodgers team since the soft pitch era that Babe Ruth played in.
Well, that's not true. I mean, the Cincinnati Reds in the 80s were unbelievable. They won like 6 World Series and
not even close to the talent level on this Dodgers team.
I'm not saying that, but if we're talking, I would disagree with that. Pete Rose, the greatest hitter of all time. Johnny Bench, the greatest catcher all time. Joe Morgan, one of the greatest infielders of all time. That I think talent-wise is one of the greatest teams ever assembled. The Big Red Machine. We're not even talking pitching staff there.
They did only win 2 though. 75 and 76. So I don't think you can put them in the same.
No, because they won more. They won more later.
75, 76, and then 90.
That's his angry typing face. I love that's his Twitter face. That was his Twitter face.
We could just make up that Eric
Look at those
Spoelstra
eyes.
is
Look at those
taller.
eyes go.
Oh my God, I missed that Twitter face.
76 and 90, so the same thing's going to happen to the Dodgers, 20, 24, 25, and then they'll win 14 years from now in 2039.
Okay, so
I mean, you look at me like I'm crazy, but the same exact thing was happening in the 70s. I mean, baseball's so funky, you can't predict it.
I'm looking at you like you're crazy because earlier you said that Eric Spoelstra was taller than Mario Chalmers.
Could be. No, I don't know. Did he not?
Hall of Fame rage beta right there.
Well, he said, I don't know what he got so, I actually don't know what he got so upset about right there. That was crazy. I said that there's no way Spoelstra is taller than Mario Chalmers, and then Carter said his height.
You said Eric Spoelstra isn't taller than Mario Chalmers, meaning you thought that Mario Chalmers was like 6 foot or 5'10". You just make up things. They didn't win 6 World Series like the Reds in the 80s. The Reds won. They didn't even win in the 80s. They won 75, 76, and 90.
Hold on. Quiet.
So I'm not even saying, if you want to disagree with the point on the Dodgers, that makes sense, and you can have that take. But when you start making up
what I'll say to this is, a guy can't be wrong. I mean, like, what? This is why my life on frenemies is so difficult, because if I make a mistake, you crucify me. Like, I can't make a single mistake.
Oh no!
I mean, geez, a guy makes a mistake every once in a while.
I make one mistake, and go, he throws a complete temper tantrum like a child and screams out of it. I've never seen anything like it because I made a mistake.
Oh, God.
You made a mistake, which is fine. You lied. You just lie, and then you accuse me of lying.
I never accused you of lying.
Oh.
You just did. You just said I didn't say what I said about Eric Spoelstra and Mario Chalmers. You go listen to the audio. You literally just did.
I was simply trying. I honestly, because you could ask Connor and Jake my reaction. I was simply just trying to clarify. I was floored when you did that.
Hey, it's a good thing we have it on record, so we can go back and look at it.
We can go back. Look again. And this is again why I think I have. I don't want to pick stones here. Like, I don't like saying I think I have like one of the hardest spots in the podcast, but God forbid I make a mistake. Carter just stones me. It's truly unbelievable.
Now, so you get mad at Hunter when Hunter throws out some of those untrue facts and saying he should come more prepared. Would you not say this is a little hypocritical of you?
No, but not at all, because I immediately upon you correcting me, I checked and I was wrong, and I say I was wrong.
After you call me a liar, don't let me talk for 5 minutes.
Hold on, 100%. Yeah, look, if you're wrong, just on me, and that's what I just did. I have no idea. I still don't know why he's upset.
Flores,
I guess I'll just live in fantasy land and ignore it.
Hey, we can go back and watch it. We can go back and look.
But my whole point was, I think this Dodgers team is the greatest assembly of talent that we've seen in MLB history, and I think they are going to win repeatedly. And if you disagree with that, that's fine. And you have a great point. Baseball is such a weird sport because all it takes is one swing in certain situations. I mean, we watched the Guardians last year come back and win a division by hitting bloopers into left field for 2 months straight and winning games, somehow doing that. So I don't disagree with that. I just think we're getting into dangerous territory with baseball where we're winning World Series where everything goes right for the underdog team. Everything went right for the Blue Jays. They had clutch hitting, they had good pitching, and they still lost. And then the team they lost to added arguably top 3, top 5 player in NL last year, and he left one of the teams that is now probably going to be in contention for that NL this year. I mean, that is insane. That is absolutely crazy. I don't think we've ever had that in the sport, and that's all I'm saying. And I understand why there's people on the other side, like I said, that you can make that argument.
That's wrong. That man.
But I do want to say though, I must clarify this because that's not all you're saying. And part of the reason, I'll admit, I did try to rile you up a little bit. And part of the reason I did that is because you said, never has there been a team that has acquired so much talent since the soft pitch era of Babe Ruth, and that was just unnecessary. There was no need to do that. I mean, he's one of the greatest players in the history of the sport. He's one of the most impactful athletes in American history, and for some reason, you felt the need to take a shot at an American icon, and that makes no sense to me. And so, of course, yeah, I tried to rile you up a little bit because I thought that was incredibly disrespectful.
And if you said that, and we have this discussion about Babe Ruth, that's fine. But
No, but I
when you
wanted to
randomly just lie about a
It's not
team,
true. That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. I don't appreciate you lying about this. That's not true.
Accidental lie.
I was wrong. I checked, and I said I was wrong.
no, you didn't. You doubled down, and then you call me an idiot and say I can't comprehend your argument, and then someone fact checks you.
I never said that.
And your argument implodes.
I never said that this episode.
Jacob.
I never said that this episode. There it is again. It's gaslighting.
Jacob.
That's exactly true. I will say I'd like to
you
touch
call
on
dad.
this.
No, you call dad.
You call dad. This is the first full year in Major League history that the Pope is a fan of a team. And so I'm intrigued to see if there's any if there's any kind of, concurrent outcome here that makes the Chicago White Sox significantly better. I am curious.
They lost by 15 today. They got slaughtered.
Okay, hold on. I mean, Easter's coming up. Jesus was also slaughtered, and he came back. So you never know.
Did you just compare the Chicago White
go.
Sox to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ?
I think that might be the Instagram caption. That might be the Instagram caption. We're gonna have Jesus in a White Sox uniform on AI. That's what we're gonna do.
Oh my gosh!
You think Jesus is a baseball fan?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I think he'd be a phenomenal, like he'd be a good second baseman or a center fielder. Oh, he'd be gliding around that outfield.
Speaking of, before we wrap up, did anyone see O'Neal Cruz's performance today in center field?
He's
Was it good?
He's pitiful. He looked like me in the outfield in adult league softball.
No, Jackson, go look like O'Neal.
Would Jake or Nolan be a better comparison?
You can answer that.
Oh.
Jackson, it was
Nolan.
legit to that point where like he legit couldn't track him. He couldn't track a fly ball.
Well, while we're on the topic of everything ever, a great movie, Angels in the Outfield. Maybe O'Neal Cruz needed his own personal angel.
Maybe.
That's a great movie. Real quick, before we go, everybody share your favorite baseball movie since baseball season has started.
Major League.
And why?
Cleveland sports movie. Wild Thing. You gotta love it.
Okay, when you two answer, can you just give me a little more, like
You want a little more gusto?
pizzazz,
A little more.
maybe a smile. Yeah, that was like Major League's a phenomenal movie, and we just got Major League. Cleveland.
Check, I'll go. My favorite is Moneyball.
Give me, hold on, Jake. Wait, Jake, collect. Wait. Collect yourself. Okay, collect yourself. I want something here. All right, and give it to me.
My favorite is Moneyball. It's not just the stats behind, which I find fascinating, and you get.
That is a great movie.
It's like I think the most underrated part is like the underneath plot with his baseball career, and that the constant flashback, like the back and forth. And I think the best part of it, which as a Cleveland fan makes me feel not good, but I guess comfortable, is that they don't even they get that great hit at the end, but they don't even win the whole thing. Like they win a series. Like that whole movie builds up to the A's winning a series and then being bad 3 years later, which I just think is fascinating. But that's my favorite movie.
Jackson, I'll give you one here. I would say The Sandlot is probably my favorite movie. I think it captures the perfect blend of just a magic time you feel in the summer, maybe a good 1960s nostalgia, and just the true power of friendship. And there's nothing better than watching The Sandlot. It's just an opening day, That's what I would suggest tonight. Maybe you don't want to watch The Guards at 10 o'clock. Maybe you can turn The Sandlot on. It's a great opening day movie.
It really is, and it brings us back to a time in our country when, people could just go outside and just play ball,
It
right?
does.
You just go
Yes.
outside, didn't matter
Like
who was
now,
at, just
now
have
you go
fun.
outside. Now you go outside and you get shot or kidnapped. You never know.
That's the sad, unfortunate reality of the country. I'll say this,
Yes.
I loved Little Big League. I thought that was such a great movie. The immediacy of the grandfather dying and then leaving the Minnesota Twins to his grandchild,
Phenomenal take.
and then
Most underrated baseball movie in my opinion. Great take.
Such a good movie. Thank you. Such a good movie. And I will say, I don't think any genre, and this might be a take, I don't think any genre of all the genres has better movies than baseball.
All genres or
think
just
about it.
sports? Like it's all sports.
All genres. All genres.
Hmm.
Like I can't think of a bad baseball movie. And if you think about it, like obviously like, there's some elite comedy movies, there's some elite horror movies. Tusk is a horror movie that brings it down. There's some
That's a great
terrible
movie.
there's some terrible comedies that bring down the comedy genre down. I legitimately cannot think of a bad baseball movie.
Thoughts on that? I think for an
There's
episode of summer, I think we
hundreds of
draft
movies, though.
sports movies, and then
I
you
love
do like a
that.
team of 5.
I love that. And then we have people vote on the TikTok, so that way there's a vote.
Nice.
Thanks.
All right. Any other
Have you
thoughts
guys
before we
ever
end this
read the
here?
Dan Gutman books about? Yeah, have you guys ever read the Dan Gutman books about? I think his name was like Stosh or something, and he would collect baseball cards, and he somehow had this magic ability where he'd hold the card, and he would time travel back in time to the player.
Yeah, that
It's like
was
the
good.
series is like Babe and I, Shoeless Joe and I, Honus and I, Ted
Yeah.
Williams and I. Such a good series. And
Yeah,
like I would read more if books were like that.
Yeah, I will say one more underrated one, Jack. Bad News Bears. That's a great movie. Jackson, one of your personal favorites, 42. I know we've referenced that movie a ton.
Love 42. I think it's a tremendous movie.
That's a great movie as well.
Yes. Yeah, tremendous movie. And of course, it's interesting. Carter would probably consider that the soft pitch era, so he probably has no respect for Jackie Robinson or Larry Doby. And I'll say this: I'm wearing my Jose Ramirez jersey, my favorite athlete of all time. I do. I absolutely love Jackie Robinson. What he's done for the sport of baseball has been nothing short of tremendous. It does sadden me though that Larry Doby is the first African American player in the American League, plays for our team, Cleveland. And again, as a fan, I always feel so short-sighted being a fan of Cleveland because we get no respect from the national media, no respect from any of the 3 leagues. And we're a great history in 2 of the 3 major sports. I guess I'll say 3 of the 3 major sports because LeBron's one of the greatest basketball players of all time, and he started in Cleveland and won a championship with Cleveland. So actually, I will say, I think Cleveland has maybe the greatest of all sports histories, and we get no respect from anyone anywhere. And so I wish Larry Doby would be made more of a priority when celebrating Jackie Robinson weekend or celebrating anything with the Negro Leagues and the major leagues.
That is a phenomenal take, I think, to end on. I mean, that was wonderful, Jackson. Could not agree more. Anything else in the peanut gallery?
Thank you, Jacob.
Anybody?
Great movie.
Great movie.
Yeah.
All right.
No, you call Dad.
Well,
No, you call Dad.
Thanks for listening. We will see you later.
Gatorade. Wiper fluid.